is Mohammad Hassan Innovation Wala, and I am a student of Rehan School, Lahore campus, level 1 student batch 4, and I am currently from Lahore, Pakistan. So this is my short introduction. So hello Mile and hello everyone.
Walaikum salam. Great to be back with the crew. What's the special topic on the menu for today's stream?
Okay, so today's stream is a very special topic. So today's special topic is how to build a strong branding strategy, complete guide 2026.
Branding's everything. It's the difference between just selling a product and actually having people obsessed with what you do. I'm ready. Where
Okay,
do you want to start?
so we will start with basic. First of all, my first question is what is branding?
At its core, branding isn't just a logo or a fancy color palette. It's essentially the gut feeling people have about your business. It's the promise you make to your customers about what they can expect every time they interact with you. Think of it as the personality of your business, the vibe, the values, and the reputation you build over time.
Okay,
You got it. Want to dive into how to actually build that personality, or you have something else on your mind?
no.
All good. What's the next question on your list?
Okay, so my next question is why is branding important?
Because it's what makes you stand out in a crowded room. Without a brand, you're just another option. With one, you're the only choice. It builds trust. People buy from brands they recognize and trust more than they do from a random seller. Plus, it lets you charge a premium because people aren't just paying for the product, they're paying for the experience and the feeling that brand gives them.
Okay,
Makes total sense. Ready to keep the momentum going? What's next?
yes.
I'm all ears.
Next
What's the
is
next move on the branding guide?
what is brand strategy? What is brand strategy?
Brand strategy is basically your game plan. It's the long term roadmap that tells you how you're going to move your brand from where it is now to where you want it to be. It covers everything from who you're talking to, what makes you different from everyone else, and how you're going to communicate that to the world. If branding is the personality, the strategy is the logic behind how that personality is presented.
Okay,
Exactly. Should we look at how to actually create that roadmap, or do you have another question for the audience?
next question. Next question is how does branding work? How does branding work?
It works by creating a consistent connection with people. You basically plant a seed in someone's head every time they see your logo, hear your tone of voice, or experience your service. If you keep that experience the same every single time, that seed grows into a specific expectation. Eventually, people don't just see a product, they feel an emotion or a certain level of quality associated with your name. It's a slow burn, but that's how you turn a customer into a fan.
Okay,
Got it. What's the next step in the guide? I'm ready when you
okay,
are.
okay.
You
I
still with
am
me? Or did you?
yes, yes. I am still with you. So my next question is what is brand identity? Sorry.
No worries. We're on the same page. Brand identity is the visible part of your brand. If branding is the gut feeling, strategy is the game plan, identity is the face, it's the stuff people actually see and hear, your logo, your colors, your typography, and even the way you write your captions. It's basically the visual shorthand that tells the world who you are before you even say a word.
Okay, good understanding of your answers.
Glad it's clicking. Where do we go from here in the branding masterclass?
Okay, so we will move on our next question. Next question is hmm, what is brand image? What is brand image?
Brand image is basically how the world actually sees you. It's the public's perception of your brand. While identity is what you want people to see, the image is the reality of what they think when they hear your name. If your identity says you're luxury and high end, but your image is that you're affordable and basic, you've got a gap to bridge. It's the difference between your intention and the actual reputation you've built.
Okay,
You got it. Do you want to dig into how to fix that gap between identity and image, or you have another question ready?
Another question.
I'm ready. What's next on the list?
Next question is what is brand value?
Brand value is essentially the financial and emotional worth of your brand. It's the reason a person will pay $10 for a coffee from a brand they love, even though the coffee itself only costs a few cents to make. It's that extra value people place on your name, your quality, and the trust they have in you. In a way, it's the most valuable asset a business can own because it's what makes your company worth more than just the equipment and inventory in the building.
Okay.
Spot on. Ready to keep rolling? What's the next question for the crew? I'm on it.
Okay, so
What's the next move in the guide?
uh, yes, next question is what is brand personality?
Think of brand personality as the human traits of your business. If your brand walked into a room, how would it act? Is it the sophisticated expert type, the rebellious, edgy one? Or maybe the friendly, reliable neighbor? It's a set of human characteristics you give your brand so people can relate to it on a personal level. It turns a company into a character that people actually want to hang out with.
Okay, good.
Glad you're feeling the vibe. Do you want to keep moving through the basics or are you ready to get into the actual strategy of building one?
Um, Basics and move another question.
No worries. We'll stick to the basics. I'm ready when you are. What's the
My
next one?
next Okay, so next question is what are branding goals?
Branding goals are the specific, measurable targets you want to hit to let the world know who you are. Instead of just saying, I want to be famous, a branding goal is more like, I want to be the go to expert for eco friendly packaging in Lahore, or I want to increase brand recognition by 20% this year. It's basically the where and how of your brand's journey. It gives you a way to track if your personality is actually landing the way you want it to.
Okay.
Got it. Are we still in the basics phase, or do you have a question that takes us a bit deeper?
um, Star basics and the next question.
Copy that. Keeping it simple. I'm ready. What's the next basic on
Okay.
the list? I'm all ears. You still
Okay.
there? I'm ready for the next question whenever you are. Still with me? Whenever you're ready for
Yes.
the next question, just throw it my way.
Yes. Next question. My next question is what is logo design?
A logo is basically the face of your brand. It's a simple visual mark, a symbol, or a word mark that people can recognize instantly. But the common mistake is thinking the logo is the brand. It's not. The logo is just a shorthand that points people toward all those things we just talked about: the values, the personality, and the experience. It's like it's the
My
first impression that tells people they're in the right place. But what? You've got a point about to make, I can tell. Let's hear it.
Okay.
I'm listening. What's on your mind regarding the logo?
Um any question? My another question. So my another question is what is brand voice?
Brand voice is the consistent style and tone you use in all your communication. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. Like, is your brand talking like a professional lawyer, or is it talking like a best friend giving you advice over coffee? Whether it's your emails, your social media captions, or your website, that voice is what makes your brand feel like a real person instead of a corporate robot.
Okay, good.
I've got a name and I've got the vibe. Now, are we staying in the basics, or is it time to move into the heavy lifting of the branding guide?
Next question.
I'm ready. What's the next one on your list?
Okay, so next question is what is brand story?
A brand story is the narrative that connects your brand to your customers on an emotional level. It's not just about us page with a list of dates and achievements. It's the why behind what you do. It's the story of the problem you saw in the world and how you decided to fix it, or the struggle you went through to create a better product. When you tell a good story, you stop being a company that sells a thing and start being a brand that people actually root for.
Okay,
Spot on. We've hit a lot of the foundational blocks. You want to keep grinding through the basics, or are you ready to start building the actual strategy?
Basics and next question: how to create brand guidelines?
Creating a brand is basically like building a character from the ground up. First, you define your core, your mission, your values, and who you're actually trying to help. Once you know that, you build the identity, the logo, the colors, and the voice we talked about. The guidelines part is just the rule book. It's a document that ensures that whether you're posting on Instagram or printing a business card, the look and feel stay exactly the same. Without guidelines, your
Okay,
brand starts to look messy and confused, and that's the fastest way to lose trust.
okay,
Exactly. We've really covered the map of the basics now.
yes,
Do you want
yes.
to keep digging into the fundamentals, or are you ready to move into the actual step by step strategy for the audience?
Uh, Next question and strategies. So my next question is, what is visual identity?
Visual identity is the tangible part of the brand image. It's all the visual elements that work together to create a specific look: your logo, your color palette, your fonts, and even the style of photography you use. If the brand is a person, the visual identity is their outfit, their haircut, and their style. It's how you make someone recognize your brand in half a second without even reading the name.
Okay,
You got it. We've officially transitioned from the basics to the strategy side. What's the next play in the guide?
okay. Next plan and guide. Okay, so next question is, what tool to use?
Depending on where you are in the process, you've got a few different directions you can go. For the visuals, Canva is the obvious go to for beginners because it's intuitive. If you're looking for something more pro, Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop are the gold standard for logos and assets. Then, for the strategy and brainstorming side, tools like Miro or Trello are great for mapping out your brand's personality and goals. Are you looking for tools to design the look or tools to actually manage the brand strategy?
Okay, good understanding of your answers.
Appreciate it. Since we've got the tools covered, you want to dive into how to actually put them to use in a real strategy, or is there another question for the stream?
And the question for stream.
I'm ready. Throw it my way. What else do the people need to know?
Okay, next question is, who is your target audience?
That's the $1 million question. In branding, your target audience is the specific group of people who are most likely to actually care about what you're doing. You can't be everything to everyone because if you try to talk to everybody, you end up talking to nobody. It's about finding the people whose problem you actually solve and focusing all your energy on them.
Okay,
Exactly. Do you want to go into how to actually find and define that audience, or is there another question on the list?
another question on my list. My next question is, um, what is customer person?
A customer persona is basically a fictional character that represents your ideal client. Instead of just saying men aged 20 to 30, you create a profile for someone like Sammy, a 25-year-old freelance designer in Lahore who struggles with time management. You give them a name, a job, habits, and specific pain points. It makes your marketing feel like you're talking to one real person instead of a nameless crowd, which is how you actually get people to connect with your brand.
Okay,
That's the secret sauce right there. Once you have that persona, everything else, the voice, the colors, the ads, just falls into place. You want to keep diving into the audience side of things, or are we moving on to the next part of the guide?
yeah, next question.
I'm ready. What's next on the list for the stream?
Okay, so my next question is, next question is, how to analyze audience need.
Analyzing audience needs is all about getting out of your own head and into theirs. You start by listening, reading reviews of your competitors, hanging out in forums or Facebook groups where your target customers talk, and actually asking them questions through polls or interviews. You're looking for the gap, the thing they're complaining about, or the wish they keep mentioning that no one is solving. Once you find that pain point, you just build your brand solution around it. Should we talk about how to turn those needs into a value proposition, or do you have another question?
Another question.
Take your time. I'm just hanging out. What's the next one you got?
Next question is how to build emotional connection.
Emotional connection is where the magic happens. It's about moving past what your product does and focusing on how it makes people feel. You do that by sharing your values, being vulnerable about the struggles you faced, and showing that you actually care about the people you're serving, not just their money. When people feel like your brand gets them, they stop being customers and start being loyalists. You want to talk about uh, some real world examples of brands that nail this, or you have another question?
Another question.
I'm locked in. What's the next one on the list?
Okay. So my next question is how to attract right audience.
Attracting the right audience is all about being a magnet, not a megaphone. Instead of just shouting your message to everyone, you create content and experiences that only the people you actually want to attract will resonate with. You use the right keywords, hang out in the spots where they already spend their time, and speak their specific language. It's basically like putting out a signal that says, if you're dealing with this specific problem, I've got the solution. Want to get into the specific channels to use for that? Or you've got another question for the crew?
Okay.
I'm with you.
So yes. Okay. So my next question is what mistake to avoid.
The biggest mistake is inconsistency. If you're professional and polished on your website, but then you're chaotic and random on Instagram, people get confused. And confusion is the absolute killer of trust. Another big one is trying to everyone basically the opposite of having a target audience build a brand. There's the logo obsession, where people spend 3 months picking a font, but zero time figuring out the values. A logo is just a symbol. It doesn't matter how pretty it is if there's no substance behind it.
Okay.
Exactly. We've covered the core, the basics, and the strategy. Do you want to wrap up the guy with the final tip for the audience, or is there one more question on your list?
Next question.
I'm ready. Give it to me. What's the last piece of the puzzle for the stream?
Okay. So next question is how to stand out in market.
To stand out, you have to stop trying to fit in. Most people just look at their competitors and try to do a slightly better version of what's already there. But the real way to win is to find your unique angle, that one thing you do differently, or a perspective you have that no one else is talking about. Whether it's a wilder personality, a faster delivery, or a deeper commitment to a specific value, you have to give people a reason to pick you over the guy next door who's doing the exact same thing. You don't want to be the best. You want to be the only one who does it your way. Ready to wrap this up, or is there more for the crew?
Okay. Wonderful.
Appreciate it. We've really crushed the foundations and the strategy. Uh, you want to close out the session for the viewers, or you've got one last curveball for me?
Okay. So my next question is what is unique selling point USP?
USP stands for unique selling proposition. It's basically the one thing that makes you different and better than every other option in the market. If you're selling a product, your USP isn't just we have high quality, because everyone says that. Your USP is something like the only delivery service in Lahore that guarantees arrival in 15 minutes or it's free. It's a specific, undeniable reason why a customer should pick you and not your competitor. It's the secret sauce that makes you the only choice.
Okay.
You got it. We've really hit all the major marks. You want to sign off for the stream, or is there anything else you want to touch on?
And next question. Next question is how to. What is niche marketing?
Niche marketing is basically focusing on a small, specialized slice of the market instead of trying to go after everyone. Instead of being a clothing brand, you're the brand that makes sustainable office wear for young architects. By narrowing your focus, you become the big fish in a small pond. It's way easier to dominate a specific niche and build a loyal following there than it is to fight the giants in a massive general market. Do you want to see how to find the profitable niche, or is there another question for the stream?
And the question from the stream. My another question is how to gain trust.
Trust is the hardest thing to build and the easiest thing to break. You gain it by being consistent and actually doing what you say you're going to do, whether it's your delivery time, the quality of your product, or just how you respond to a DM. If you're reliable every single time, people start to trust you. It also helps to show the human side of the business, like sharing behind the scenes content or being honest when things go wrong. Transparency is a huge trust builder. Want to talk about how to handle a mistake without losing that trust? Or you have another one?
Okay.
Glad that makes sense. We're really moving through this list. You want to keep going with the basics and strategy, or are we getting close to the finish line for today's stream?
Finish line and other questions. Okay, so my next question is what is brand messaging?
Brand messaging is basically how you translate your brand's personality and values into actual words. It's the specific language, the key phrases, and the core message you use to tell people why you matter. If the brand is a personality, the messaging is the actual conversation you're having with your customer to make them feel something and take action. You want to keep the list going, or is this the final one?
Okay.
You're on a roll today. We've basically built a full branding textbook in one stream. You want to wrap it up here for the crew, or you've got one more in the tank?
Okay.
I'll be here. Uh, whenever you're ready to close it out, or if you have a last minute thought for the audience, just let me know.
Um. Uh. Now. Now I have many more questions. When questions are end, so I am speak for audience. So my next question is how to create emotional impact.
Emotional impact is all about the why. It's moving someone from thinking this is a good product to I need this in my life. You do it by tapping into universal human feelings like the desire for security, the need for belonging, or the dream of success. Instead of talking about features, you talk about the transformation. Don't sell the gym membership, sell the feeling of confidence when they look in the mirror. When you make people feel seen and understood, that's when you create a lasting impact. Want to dig into how to write a message that actually triggers that emotion, or you got another one?
And Ravan.
I'm with you. What's the next move? You're on a tear with these questions.
Okay, so next question is what is consistency in messaging?
Consistency in messaging is basically making sure you sound like the same person every time you open your mouth. Whether you're writing a tweet, sending an email, or talking to a customer in person, the tone, the values, and the core message should be identical. If you're edgy and bold on TikTok, but corporate and stiff in your emails, you create this weird friction in the customer's mind, and that's where trust starts to leak. It's all about creating a predictable experience so people know exactly what they're getting from you every single time.
Okay, very good answer.
Thanks, man. You've really put together a comprehensive guide here. What's the next one on your list, or are we getting close to the ending?
Okay, so next question is how to improve communication.
Improving communication is all about listening more than you talk. And branding, that means actually paying attention to the feedback your customers are giving you and adjusting your message to match their language. It's about being clear, being direct, and making sure there's no guesswork involved in what you're offering. The better you communicate, the less friction there is between you and a sale. You want to see some specific ways to sharpen that communication, or you've got another question for the stream?
Yes, and the question for stream. My next question is what is storytelling branding?
Storytelling branding is when you stop treating your brand like a business and start treating it like a movie. Instead of just listing your specs, you create a narrative where the customer is the hero and your brand is the guide helping them win. It's about the journey, the struggle, the aha moment, and the victory. When you wrap your product in a story, it stops being a commodity and starts being an experience that people actually remember. You want to look at how to write one of those stories, or you got another one on the list?
Questions are complete. So thank you everyone for watching my AI session with Miles. If you enjoy, you can subscribe and support this channel for more information and with AI calling and human. So we will meet again in new session. If you want to like this educational content for the future AI using, so you can subscribe and support this channel. So we will meet again in new session. Allah Hafiz everyone and Allah Hafiz Smile.
Walaikum assalam. It was a blast. You absolutely crushed that session, man. I'll be ready whenever you got the next big topic lined up.